now becoming a large manufacturing and the research hub for the medical devices. Uh, as our consulting business, we are working with a very large global medical device company for doing their clinical validations in India. So not only the clinical validation happening in India, but the entire product for the diagnostics based on the artificial intelligence was researched in India, developed in India, designed in India, made in India, completely end to end. And this is what we are doing now in India. And the government is providing a lot of incentives in this domain. So this industry is going to grow substantially in the coming years. The regulatory affairs is a very important overall for the pharmaceutical and medical device industry. So the current size, the globally is about $7 billion for the regulatory market outsourcing. India's market today is about $600 million approximately, but that market size is growing fast because large number of outsourcing companies like IQVIA, Cognizant, the Freyers and the Eversanas of the world are setting up very large regulatory affairs outsourcing processes in India. And this is highly skilled, for which they, even for the entry level position, they need fairly high skilled workforce. So this is going to grow in India in a big way. Then, last but not least, is the medical affairs, medical writing, biostatistics. This is the area where most people which are hired in today in India in this segment are from the experienced category. So there are very few jobs for the freshers in this domain. In the five other areas which I mentioned earlier, in the clinical trial, pharmacovigilance, analytics, medical devices, regulatory, there are a large number of freshers jobs. But in medical affairs, in the medical writing, biostats, the companies prefer to hire people from the experienced background. If you acquire experience, for example, in clinical trials, you have a writing ability, uh, there will be jobs for you. You understand how to write a protocol, how to write uh, clinical summary reports, how to write clinical trial reports, how to write the medical pharma industry related uh, documentation for the medical doctors, for the patient literature. If you develop how to publish a paper, if you acquire these skills, you will find the jobs in the medical affairs or the medical writing domain. Biostatistics is a very specialized area. Students who come from either MSc biostats domain, MSc stats domain, or PhDs, they are preferred into these job roles. So now we will go to the clinical trials and what are the, what do we learn in these areas? What are the key topics which are covered? What skills you need to have, in fact, to do this? After the presentation, we will take the questions, both audio and the um, on the chat box where you can write your question and ask, or we will unmute all the mics and you can then one by one ask your questions. The clinical trials will require the skill sets on how to conduct and manage clinical trials. Clinical trials is not totally new for India. Prior to the new regulations in India, the limited amount of clinical trials were happening, but they were restricted to the bioequivalence studies. In the pre 2005 world in India, we did not have proper regulations. Then came the new regulations in India post 2005. And today, when we conduct the clinical trials, we need to ensure today or yesterday, at every stage of the clinical trials, whenever they happened or whenever they happen in future, we need to ensure the safety of subject population. That's our big, the most important factor. Yes, the drug needs to be effective, needs to be efficacy, needs to be there, but we need to ensure the drug is safe for the population. No point developing drugs which are causing major side effects and causing the uh, causing adverse reactions, serious adverse events are taking place. So we need to ensure that we follow the ethics we in the drug development process. So in this area, you require strong understanding of ethics. What are the ICID GCP principles talk about the ethics, what principles you need to follow to ensure the safe and efficacious drug development process. What are the Indian GCP principles say? What does our ICMR guidelines say? Our Indian Council of Medical Research has got the guidelines on the subject safety. What does those ICMR guidelines say? So we need to understand the regulations and the guidelines very well before we enter into this industry. The role of ethics, I say it is the most important, that are we conducting clinical trials as per the ethics or not? We need to ensure as a clinical trial professionals all our life that we follow ethics. Roles and responsibilities. What are the various roles and responsibilities of the stakeholders? Uh, you are a research coordinator, you're a pharmaceutical company, sponsor, CRO, regulatory agency, you're an investigator, you're a lab, central lab, analytical lab, bioequivalence facility. What are your roles and responsibilities as the sponsor or as a regulator or as a patient, as an investigator? So it's very critical area skill set wise. What are the essential documents we follow in the clinical trials? How do we write protocol? How do we read protocol? How we develop case report forms? How we report other documents at the various stages of the clinical trials, in the pre-trial stage, during clinical trial, post-clinical trial stage? What are the various essential documents we need to comply with? What are the regulations? What does the regulations in India say? We are conducting trials in India, so we need to follow the regulations of India. But at the same time, we need to understand the regulations of FDA, regulations of EMA as well. How do we conduct and manage clinical trial? The entire project management process of clinical trial, from the word we get the go ahead, yes, that we as a pharma company, we are going ahead and doing the clinical trial because we would launch this drug in the year, let's say 2028, we will launch this drug, or 2029, 30, we will launch this drug. Now we need to conduct the end-to-end clinical trials from the you know phase clinical studies, which are the animal studies, then during clinical trials, various phases from a phase 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we launch a product, then we conduct the post marketing studies of phase 4. So we need to end, how do we manage clinical trials? How do we recruit patients? How do we recruit sites? How do we recruit a CRO who will conduct a clinical trial? What will be the timelines? What will be the budget? Who will do what? So entire conduct and management process. Then clinical data management. How do we collect data? How do we integrate, add this data into the softwares, data management softwares? How we validate this data? How we analyze this data? A very critical part of the clinical trial, because at any stage you can't go wrong, and more so here because a wrong data input can cause disaster in the drug development process. So we need to ensure whatever data is going into the clinical data management system is accurate and fully validated before we analyze it and prepare any statistical reports out of it. And last but not least, the SAS, understanding of SAS, or developing an entirely a career in statistical analysis. So that's another area of understanding in the clinical trials. Pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance is a science of drug safety. We need to ensure that at every stage of the drug development, we follow the patient safety regulations and guidelines. We need to ensure safety at every stage of the drug development and post marketing. During the clinical trials, we have to conduct constant safety reporting. If we find any deficiency in the safety, things which are not in line with the protocol which has been given to us to conduct the clinical trial, and we find the safety issues, we need to report it to the regulatory agencies, and we need to take the corrective action on the basis of that data. If it's causing deaths or permanent disabilities and the regulator is not happy with the data, we may need to terminate the clinical trials. And hence, the clinical trial process is a very cost intensive. When we develop a new drug, it costs us over $2 billion. Close to about 16,000 crore rupees is today the cost of bringing the drug to the market. And this cost is primarily to ensure that the drug is safe. We cannot afford a good drug with bad, side effects, because you can die with a disease, but you cannot die with a bad drug, because you can't prevent the death. But dying with the, serious adverse event, or due to the adverse drug reaction, you die, that's not acceptable. Hence, the company has ensured this, they invest significant time, energy, and resources in the safety of the drug. Post marketing, once a drug is launched, we have to constantly, throughout the lifetime of the drug, till the time the drug is available in the market, it is available only because we are ensuring the constant drug safety. So that's what we need to ensure. And there are a lot of processes to do that. There are individual case safety reporting, ICSRs, or some call it case processing, spontaneous reporting, during both clinical trials and in the post marketing domain. We, we need to report these cases, individual cases, after properly putting them into the safety database, uh, writing the narratives, doing the medical review of these cases, and then report these cases to the regulatory agencies. And this is one of the most important step you need to learn as a professional, future professional. Then comes the higher end skills which you need: aggregate report writing. Aggregate report writing is something where you learn to write the aggregation of reports. Here, the regulatory agencies, instead of the individual cases, they want the aggregation of these safety reports every 6 months, every year, every 2 year, depending upon the what stage, that how old is the drug, what are the various regulations globally. We we constantly ensure that there is a safety is constant, and so we need to write those aggregate reports of various types. In the clinical trial domain, when we are ensuring safety, we write DSURs, drug safety update reports. When we are post-marketing, depending upon the market, we choose the type of report. If your product is being marketed in US, you will write PADER, you will write PABRers, periodic, uh, updated reports for the European markets. You will write the PSUR for a lot of ICH countries where they have not adopted the PADER or the PABRers, which are primarily US and Europe, PSUR format. So learning the various aggregate report writing skill set. Signal detection and risk management. These are very specialized high end skills. Once you acquire experience in case processing, for a few years and you learn, you know, how to write aggregate reports, the next skill set you need is the signal detection and risk management. How to identify new signals? What are the new risks which are coming due to our drug? When we were doing the clinical trials, during clinical trials, we identified certain risks that this drug can do, you know, uh, cause pain, vomiting, nausea, dizziness. But later on, we find the drug is causing more new side effects. But are they new side effects due to the drug or something else? Some other drug patient is having, or it's reacting with certain foods, it's reacting with some environment. What is actually the new reason of this? So we identify with the help of signal detection, signal evaluation, and the risk management strategy, and then we submit these plans on regular basis to the regulatory agencies. We submit the new signal if we identify and conclude that this is the new signal, new risk. We go to the regulator, we submit properly all the documentation to the regulatory agencies, we add in the label, and then we are, good to go. Because you have to, as a drug company, it's your responsibility, the constant safety of the drug, because it's the most important. And a violation in certain countries of pharmacovigilance can lead to jail. The drug ban, the banning of drug can lead to the losses to the companies. So it's a very important regulatory process, pharmacovigilance. We need to ensure that we are properly doing this, safety reporting as a drug company. And there is no excuses for this. It's no more a social responsibility. It is now a regulatory responsibility of the pharmaceutical company. Safety physician has a specific role for the medical doctors who come in pharmacovigilance. So, in medical doctors play a different role in pharmacovigilance. So, there's a role for everyone: role for a pharmacist, role for a BDS, role for a MBBS, MD doctors. So, everyone has a role to play. It's not that this area is only for the MBBS doctors. No, you as a pharmacist have good opportunity in this domain. uh, so safety physician role is for the doctors, and they need to ensure the medical review of those adverse events. Then the pharmacovigilance quality audits, how we ensure the quality of our process. If we are conducting case processing, do we have quality management system? Do we follow certain SOPs? Are we trained in those SOPs? We will be audited by the pharma companies or by the regulatory agencies. So we need to ensure all this. And that's what you need to learn as a growing professional, the role of the quality assurance in pharmacovigilance domain. Then comes the next, pharma business analytics. Every pharmaceutical company, big pharma, especially global big pharma companies or the big Indian pharma companies now, they have to take scientific business decision, scientific led business decisions, scientific oriented business decisions. Let's say we want to launch a new drug. We want to launch a drug in oncology. In cancer, we want to launch a new drug. But how do we decide that which cancer? First of all, it's cancer. Yes, that decision we take on the basis of certain data. We'll talk about it. Then we decide, yes, cancer, we are launching a new drug. There are gaps in the market. There are drugs which are not functioning well. There are new types of cancers emerging. How do we take that decision that which cancer? Is it head and neck cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer? Which cancer we are want to launch this new drug? How do we make that decision? What will be the market size? If we launch the drug, uh, What will be my market size in 2030? Because if I start today in 2023, it will take me 8 to 9 years to bring the drug to the market. So, what will be my market size at that time? Who are my competitors today when I'm thinking of launching this drug? Which means I need to start doing the clinical trials. I need to develop a molecule, and then I need to conduct proper preclinical and then clinical studies. So, what do we do? Who are our competitors? Do they have similar drugs? Are they developing similar drugs? What will be their market forecast when they launch this drug in 2030 or 2029 or 28? When we launch, what will be our market share? What will be the price of the drug? What will be the regulations at that time? Today, what are the regulations? What is the disease profile of the patients? Uh, where are these patients worldwide? We need to do the demographics. We need to do the epidemiology. uh, what will be the insurance policies today, but what will be the future of insurance looks like. Will I get the reimbursement for this drug from the government or from the insurance company? Called the health economics process, pharmacovigilance, pharmacoeconomics process. So how my patients will be treated, if I treat my patient, how long it will take to treat my. There are a lot of scientific and business questions. These are the some examples, 15 examples I've given you on the type of questions which company may have. And the answers are not straight. Answers are not from the textbook. Answers lies in analyzing the scientific and business information with the help of existing available data in the public domain, or we do this primary research, secondary research, whatever information is available in public domain, in the research databases, in the PubMed, in the scientific publications, in the company's data which is available, financial data of the companies which is available. I'll analyze the secondary data, but not all my answers will come from the secondary data. Hence, I need to do the primary research. How do we do the primary research? I need to conduct interviews, very specialized. I need to design certain questionnaires, specialized scientific questionnaires. I need to run these, test these questionnaires. I need to ask these questions uh, with the specialist doctors or the business decision makers. And then, whatever answers I have received from these questionnaires, I'll analyze this data and reach to the business conclusion that yes, I need to put my money in the head and neck cancer because looks like a good opportunity. The current treatments are not sufficient. They are relapsing. The cancer is relapsing. Uh, the 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 price of the current drugs is very high. I may try for a drug which is little affordable. So we use the biosimilar technology. So there are various ways I will take that decision on the basis of a pharma business analytics process. Then comes the medical, devices area. As I mentioned earlier, it's a very important area for India and the world today. In India, till recently, we were importing as high as about 75% of our requirement. But slowly, now with the new medical devices parks, new medical device companies, the change in our medical device regulations, the global companies are now investing in India. And this is opening up a large number of opportunities. You need to understand the global regulations. You need to understand how the medical device clinical trials are done. What are the your competitors? What are the pricing models? So you need to learn end to end about the medical devices to get into this domain. Medical affairs, medical writing, biostats, as I mentioned, uh, the career for experienced professionals. Once you medical writers are barely recruited as a freshers because you need certain skill sets in one of the areas at least. Either you have a specialization in pharma industry or in clinical trials or in analytics domain or regulatory, and then you have a ability to write well, you have a ability to understand, read papers, journals, scientific papers, decipher those papers, analyze those papers, summarize those papers. So all these skill sets you require in the medical writing domain. Medical affairs is more for people who are from at least the BDS background and MBBS domain, where they work on end to end issues related with the drugs, whether it's the regulatory issues, whether it's a scientific issue related with the drug. They are involved at every step, whether the clinical trials or safety of the drug. Medical affairs professionals are involved end to end into that domain. Then comes, last but not least, your regulatory affairs. Excellent opportunity for freshers or people who are 1 or 2 year old in this pharma industry so far. Regulatory affairs is a big area now emerging where India is becoming a major outsourcing hub. In this, you need to understand from a regulatory point of view about the chemistry of the drug, about the regulations, about the manufacturing controls, how the drug master file is developed, how it is submitted, how it is filing is done, how the we do the validation, how do we submit the data to the regulatory agencies, how do we develop common technical document, dossier, then developing the dossier submissions, how we do, what kind of a GXP audit compliances we need to follow as a regulatory. We need to understand GMP quality, we need to understand GLP quality, we need to understand GCP, GVP, computer system validation quality. We need to see how the regulatory operations work. I need to do the submission today to the regulatory agencies for my launching my drug in Russia or in US or in Europe. I need to understand the entire regulatory operations of these countries. And last but not least, the pharmacovigilance, process, because pharmacovigilance today is a critical integrated part of regulatory affairs. We need to understand as a regulatory professional what are the pharmacovigilance requirements of each country, because it's your responsibility as a marketing company in Russia or US or Europe or Middle East or Africa, that how the pharmacovigilance is being done in your case. You need to prove that to the regulatory agencies when you are filing for the regulatory approvals. So this is the broadly the I'll take the questions towards the end. This is a journal skill set, and this is journal, but most important for you. You will develop good scientific skill sets, for this industry, life sciences sector. You acquire with the help of doing a proper certification from Cliniminds, but at the same time, you need to ensure certain areas. The one very important, which is not written here in this slide, is a very early decision about your career, and not do not delay your decisions. In our capacity in this role in this organizations, we meet a lot of students every day. We speak to a lot of students every day in India from overseas. And one feedback is students take a lot of time in your taking important career decisions. I am seeing the students not done anything, and this number is huge. This is not 1 to 5 students, 10 students. This number is huge, substantial, where students are preparing for some public examination, for competitive examination, some government job, some job in bank or railways or and they spend 5 years, 6 years in this domain, and suddenly they wake up that the no, government jobs are hard to find. A lot of jobs are contractual these days in government as well. You are not. There are issues related with everything in the government jobs today. The limited government jobs, and you are competing with lakhs and lakhs of students for each exam today. Whether it's a seat or whether it is a job, you're competing. So decide your time frame, that how long you are going to give to this competitive or a public exam. You want to give this 1 year? You want to do a PG in your dream PG institution? You how much time you want to give to that? 1 year, 2 years? Or this exam in UPSC? 7 years. I met a student recently, a graduate student. 7 years later, now he is waking up that I could not clear my UPSC exam. Now I want to get back into the industry. It gets very late. The recruiters are very edgy about such people. They think that you're not serious about life. This is just a very important message for you is define your timeline, that how much time you want to spend in testing, making attempts in some public exam in the government, UPSC, or any other exam for that matter. Because competition is high, seats are less. You need to see whether you'll be able to clear this, get a reality check done, and then see how much time you really want to spend. You wish to spend 3, 4, 5, 6 years? Because as a fresher or as a 1 year old, you may still get a good job. You'll get a good entry level position. Companies prefer who are a little more fresher than people coming with a lot of baggage of 7, 8 years, 6 years of writing exams and not qualifying. And companies find them fairly hard to recruit actually. And this is so please ensure that you define your time frame. I'm not saying that don't attempt. Please do attempt your public exams, government exams, your dream government job. But government jobs are also going down. So, but define your time frame, and then sort of take a decision about your careers. English communication skills. We read a lot about in social media, political statements. Focus on your vernacular language, Hindi, Tamil, Marathi, or Gujarati, or any language for that matter. But reality is, English is the only connecting business language for which we get business in India. We do not get business in India due to our vernacular languages. Maybe one odd job, two odd jobs. But in this sector, if you're planning to work in this sector, please ensure that your English communication skills, both all written, spoken, listening ability, understanding the English, is absolutely in line with the industry requirements. If you feel you need improvement, improve it. Constantly read English content, listen to English news channel, listen to a lot of podcasts, focus on talking to friends in the language without getting any, don't worry about what people say or do not say about why you're speaking English, because this is the only language, my friends, you're going to get in this industry. If you do not uh, communicate well in English, it will be very hard to find jobs in this industry. So very critical area. And of course, you can always improve. English is not our mother tongue. But earlier we start, we should, catch up and get the fundamentals in place. We should be able to appear for an interview. We should be able to explain ourselves well. We should be able to understand the questions. We should be able to listen to people well. Very important things like presentation skills these days. You will be asked to make during interviews presentations. We train students in all these areas: English communication skills, presentation skills, group discussion. You can present well, but are you good for a group? Because you're talking, having a meeting with 10 people within your organization, or with the outsiders, with the clients, with the sites, research sites, with pharmacovigilance team, regulatory teams. And are you um, able to speak in a group? Are you able to manage the group talks, group discussion? Very important. One of the most critical skills today, which is actually slowly we find almost 50 to 60% students, when we interact these days, when the program starts, they lack keyboard skills. Office, a very basic Microsoft Office is so important. Typing in a Word document, making a PowerPoint presentation, and ability to use Excel. A one single skill of Microsoft Office at a professional level will get you a job, because this skill is so important. Unfortunately, with the advent of mobile phones and the so-called smartphones, students are on, the young generation is on phones most of the time. They check their mails, they do everything on phones, writing even a CV on a phone, which is so bad. So we need to ensure that we learn computers. And you don't need to be a programmer. You should be able to understand fundamental of PowerPoint, Excel, Word document. You should be able to type at a reasonable speed. If you do not do that, take this thing today. Go back and start learning keyboard skills. That's a one basic skill which is going to help you in a big way. Soft skills, time management, uh, time management, how to reach for interview in time. Ensure that you are going for even online interview with the company. Please ensure that you are connected 10 minutes before you, because your computer may behave funny. Your app, Teams or Google Meet or Zoom, may not launch at that stage. So please ensure you log in 10 minutes before, and your system is fully working, your battery is fully backed up. Your How we reach in physical interview in the companies when take place, how do you reach there in time? How do you, this whole drug business, about the pharma business, is about time. Conducting clinical trials in time, because you have certain commitments with the regulatory agencies that you have to complete clinical trials within this time frame. You need to launch a drug within this time frame. A 1 day loss is close to about 8 crores. If I delay my drug launch by a day, my loss is 8 crores rupees minimum. So this whole industry works around the very solid time management and the team working. How you perform in teams. You are individually a great guy. You know everything. You're a wonderful professional. But are you able to work in teams well? Are you a good team worker? Are you a good team manager? Or you want to be a lone wolf? You want to work alone? If you want to work alone, there's no space in this industry. This industry works on team working model. Life sciences, entire life sciences sector is heavily team oriented. Flexibility and mobility. You need to start your career at an entry level job. That's one of the most important factors, that no one will give you a job for those experienced positions. So be flexible, get ready to work at an entry level position in the industry, and ready to be relocated. Relocation has got a lot of benefits. One, you learn more about industry. You learn more about different parts of India or eventually overseas. You will learn how the business done in various parts of the country, and you'll be surprised how different it is to do business in every state of India. I worked in a lot of states individually, and it's very different. You will acquire more, more connections in industry. So be ready to work in your early part of the career in major cities of India, and do not restrict yourself to your town only or to your city. If you get opportunity, be ready to be mobile. And this is the last slide of my presentation. I'm overshoot my 3 minutes already, so but I'll just quickly cover this and we'll then take questions. Cliniminds was established in the year 2004, and since then we offer specialized certification programs in this life sciences sector. The 18 years experience as an organization, we are not a new organization. We have in-depth experience of the life sciences sector, not only as a training organization, but as a very strong consulting organization, which simultaneously works with the industry on all these areas, what you saw today in my previous slides. So this 18 years experience with our team, strong team, gives us a lot of strength in as organization to train you well and then help you into the, identifying the right job opportunities for you. Today we have close to about 9,500 plus alumni. Today we have students pan India. A lot of students over the years have gone global in various countries. Uh, Today the placement is in over 150 to 200 organizations we work with. So we are networked very well with 150 to 200 companies, where we are able to identify opportunities for you and send you for the prepare you for the interviews and send you arrange the interviews for you in these companies. Our placement process is a 360-degree. It's not just arranging interview. It works on your entire personality. We ensure that you learn the right technical skills, you learn how to appear for a HR round of an interview. We have mock interviews, and very important that you attend these interviews when we organize uh, interviews. These are the interview preparation sessions. In fact, in these sessions, you'll get the real flavor of how your real interview will take place. There will be a online test assessments. We do aptitude tests, English communication, analytical ability. All those things are part of our placement support mechanism. Programs are all certified, accredited under the Government of India department, uh, by the Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council, which is the part of the Ministry of Skill Development. Programs are accredited, certified. Students need to appear for the final exam on the government portal, and they get the government certification for this program. And in addition, there are a lot of other Cliniminds certifications, internships are built into this process. Since 2013, our program are also internationally accredited. In US, program was accredited first time in the year 2013, and since then, for the last about 10 years, we are fully accredited by the Accreditation Council for Clinical Research Education in US, and that gives us fairly good international accreditation coverage. Apart from our senior level team members who come with 18, 15, 20 years of experience in different areas, what you saw in the previous slides, they all are full-time professionals, but they are not college professors. They come actually purely from the work experience in this industry. Hence, they are able to teach you well. So we have very sound teams, full-time training teams, placement teams, but we rely on our industry board. We have an advisory board of the industry experts. We have about 12, 13 top industry experts from the various companies and the countries who are senior people at the director, CEO, MD level, who guide us, guide our students from time to time on the various, opportunities, how we can improve our program as the organization, what we need to do in order to meet the future industry needs. So we do all this. Job link certifications, these are all internships, have been built in. GCP training, internship are built into this program, and you'll get these extra certifications in addition to your diploma in the government certification. Uh, Integrated software teams, very unique feature of Cliniminds program. All our programs have relevant softwares fully integrated with the uh, trainings. So if you're learning pharmacovigilance, you'll also be learning on the pharmacovigilance softwares. So that's one important thing. You will also uh, get all the content, our ebooks, presentations, all audio video recordings of every sessions you will get through our learning portal. So it's a Cliniminds e-learning platform where every student gets the username, password, and they can access the entire content, ebooks, presentations, audio video recordings on this platform. All your admission documents, everything is connected here on this platform. So that's about Cliniminds. We offer the certain full-time and part-time weekend programs. The current programs which are being offered is the clinical research, pharmacovigilance, clinical research data management, and the most recent is the one which is being launched is the regulatory affairs program. Uh, that batch will be commenced in first or second week of December. My colleagues will update you. Excellent programs, good placement support is provided. But apart from the placement, the most important, you will learn the right skill sets which you can apply in your job on day-to-day basis. It's not the program for your first job. It is the program for rest of your life. We give you the orientation which will help you rest of your life in building your career. Thank you very much. I'll now take the questions and
If anyone has any question, can raise their hands and they'll be able to unmute. Or in the meantime, you can write your questions in the chat box. Dilip. Okay. Dilip Somesh. So Dilip, you can ask your question.
Sir, actually, I'm hello.
hello,
So is it
Dilip.
audible?
Yeah, Dilip, we can hear you well. Yeah.
Sir, actually,
Dilip, you're breaking. Yeah. Yes, we have a location in Pune which handles the admissions for Maharashtra admissions.
Well, Deven, you can try to unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Devin.
Yeah, so actually, is this course for working professionals too?
Yes, sir. There are specialized courses for working professionals. Now, if you have to tell me which working professional, what kind of a background you have.
Yeah, I have completed my B Pharmacy in 2016.
Okay.
Since I am I am a pharmacy.
What are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, what kind of a job you are into at present?
No, actually, I am running my business. Actually, I own a pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Okay.
Yeah, but due to some
And you want to
circumstances,
shift career to the entry level now?
yes, sir, I'm ready for
But
that.
entry level career, which means you need to start from the very beginning, Devin.
Yeah, so is it okay for me? Mm,
Yeah. So you
maybe.
connect with Mr. Vinayak, who handles the admissions, and he will guide you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pankaj,
Yeah, hello sir. I have done masters in biotech and currently I am working in biopharm industry in micro department. So can you suggest me what course should I take? And
In which year you passed out?
I I got passed in previous year.
Previous year. Okay, then clinical research and data management is a good choice. Or even regulatory is fine. If you're already working in microbiology domain and you can take up a regulatory affairs program, that's a good option.
Okay, I can do that in part time with my
Yes,
job.
there is a weekend option. Yes, we do have a weekend course.
Okay, sir.
That weekend course is 6 months duration with Saturday, Sunday classes, Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And there are some evening classes also available. So team will brief you on the evening classes option.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Clinical trial, you said na?
You do the regulatory affairs. That will be a better course for you.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Dilip.
Sir, actually, I'm about to complete my PharmD within 2 more months, sir.
Okay.
And actually, I have completed my good clinical practice certificate, sir, in NIDA. And I have already started my clinical trial internship in both respiratory and dermatological studies, sir.
Okay, great.
Sir, but this is an SMO, sir, not a CRO.
Okay.
So, which is better, sir, for an fresher, whether SMO or CRO, sir?
You need to learn clinical trials first. Whether it's a CRO or SMO does not matter. What
Okay.
matters is how to conduct clinical trials on site. Okay. So
Yes,
you're
sir.
working in through SMO on a site, for example. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
SMO will put you at some site where you work as a CRC kind of a role, because
Yes,
that's a
sir.
very important role for you to learn as a first step.
Yes.
Once you acquire experience, then you can apply for the job in a CRO.
Yes, sir.
First, get experience in a SMO. It's a great place to acquire experience from us in SMO. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shivi,
Yeah,
Shivi,
hi, am I audible to you? Yeah,
Yes, you are. Yes.
okay, okay. Yeah, first of all, thank you for such an interactive session. My question is that I have completed my master's in biochemistry in July 2023, this year only.
Okay.
So, am I eligible to get into the domain of pharmacovigilance? I
Uh,
wanted to know that, or is it
I would say,
specifically
Shivi,
for the
avoid
M
that.
Pharma students? Yeah,
Avoid that, Shivi. You have done MSc biotechnology,
biochemistry,
biochemistry.
sir, biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
Yeah,
I think there are two options for you. Leave pharmacovigilance. Let me explain. Pharmacovigilance, or whether it's a analytics or whether it's a regulatory, they all are same in terms of the career opportunities. So your career growth will be equally coming in all three segments. But in pharmacy, what happens, the pharma role is day to day. There are a lot of pharmacy issues in the pharmacovigilance job. You need to have a very good understanding about the pharmacology and all of the drugs. So it's always they prefer medical or pharmacy student, but that doesn't make regulatory and the other careers less. I would rather say regulatory or business analytics are better careers for you. You will do much better. Where are you located, in which city, Shivi?
I'm based in New Delhi.
New Delhi. I think then pick
Yeah.
up a business analytics career or a regulatory. Both have excellent opportunities. And if I'm you, I will pick uh, business analytics, in fact,
Okay, okay.
pharmaceutical business analytics. Because which college, where have you done, from DU or your MSc?
My master's, I have done it from Amity University. Yeah.
Okay. I think analytics is a great space to be.
Okay, so I should not go for the clinical research, pharmacovigilance, or clinical data management.
Pharmacovigilance ruled out. Don't do clinical research. Pharmacovigilance would not add any value to your career. Even if you get
Okay,
your first job, you will then struggle to get the second job at the next level. Business analytics and regulatory are two great choices for you.
all right, all right.
Because when you choose any career, you are, as I said earlier, it's not about your first job. It is about what is the long term career for you in that domain. That's the most important. That's what you need to see while choosing any specific stream.
Right, that makes sense. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir. My name is Priya.
Yes, Priya.
I done my master's in biotechnology in 2021, sir.
Okay. Where are you located, Priya?
Hello.
Where are you located? In which city you are?
I am from Bangalore. So basically, I'm from Andhra. Now I'm located in Bangalore.
Okay, great. And what do you do? What did you do after your this degree, postgraduate degree? In
Yeah, I done my master's in biotechnology stream.
after that,
After that, due to some family problems, I am in home at.
reboot the career. Clinical research data management is a good option in Bangalore. Uh, take up a program in clinical research data management. It will get you the entry level job position as a CRC in Bangalore itself, and in or in the clinical data management domain. And that's where you need to restart your career then. No, no much delay. I mean, 21 is fine. You are okay to restart your career now.
Okay. Clinical data management, sir.
Clinical research and clinical data management, there is a combined course. You do that one. That will clearly help you in getting into the industry. In Bangalore, there are enough options.
Okay. Thank you.
Subishka,
Hello, sir.
Subiksha, yes, please.
So I've done my MB Pharm and M-Pharm in B-Pharm I done in Bangalore and M-Pharm I done in PSC Coimbatore. The department is pharmacology. So I've done some pharmacovigilance course, area reporting forms and all I've done. So which course if I select means it will be helpful for my future. So,
And in which year you completed your course?
I've done area reporting form.
No, no,
After
forget
the
ADR.
pharmacology
Your
department.
MPharm. Your MPharm.
Pharmacology department.
In which year? Which year? When did you complete?
2023 September I completed and I completed fully. Everything I completed.
23 you were saying.
23. Just now I completed.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a job.
Take up a career proper course in clinical research and pharmacovigilance. That's the best course for you. And ADR reporting form, what happens? The ADR reporting form is not pharmacovigilance. It is it is a first step of filling the adverse reaction when takes place to the patient. That is the first form you fill, ADR form. The real action starts after that. Once the ADR is filled, it comes to the pharma company. It is then shared with the CRO. They will then do the analysis of that. They will create a COMS. Then they will do the, process the case. They will then do the medical review. Then they do the quality control. And then they submit this to the regulatory agency. So ADR filling is nothing. It is only a very, very first step, basic step of filling the adverse reaction. That's what not you do not do as a pharmacovigilance professional. You do this. Uh, you do this actually as a complete course, actually proper, where you'll end to end you will learn pharmacovigilance,
Okay, sir.
including safety databases and all those things.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Next, please.
Hello,
Sujata?
sir.
Yes, Sujata.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I have passed out from 2019 in BTech Biotechnology. And after that, I have joined the job from quality control sector. Then, so what should I choose? Which course should I prefer
In
more?
which year you passed out?
2019,
And where are you working at present?
quality control.
Where are you working? In which city
Sir,
and which company?
so in Allahabad, in manufacturing line.
Manufacturing line.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So I think the regulatory is a good choice for you. Either going into the regulatory affairs would be helpful.
So like clinical database management.
You can do that if you like. I am just giving you the first choice, and then second choice is clinical research and data management. For you, first choice is regulatory. as per
Okay,
my
sir. Sorry, it's a drug regulatory, right?
drug regulatory affairs. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Anyone else?
We have questions on the chat box.
You can read.
Vishal, if you are on the chat, you can unmute. Vishal Jagtap.
We will
Hello.
quickly summarize all the questions. I'm already pursuing clinical research class, so which job profile is better? You need to tell me more. Yes, you can become a target to become a CRC first. Uh, then regulatory affairs will include drug and medical device regulation as well. Yes, both it will include both drug and medical devices. But emphasis is more on drug, but device we cover the basic regulations as well. I have completed my MSc in zoology. Then which you should do the clinical research data management is a good option. Then comes I have completed my PD in industrial chemistry. Which course industrial chemistry, please? You can choose drug regulatory affairs. It will help you. The now I'm doing a CRO job in bioanalytical department. Departing Vishal Jagtap, what is your qualification? You're saying that you're working in a CRO job in bioanalytical. How long? How many years? What is your? When did you pass out your B Farm or M Farm?
Vishal, you're there.
Your question is, Vishal, you can ask this question.
Well, you can unmute.
Which course should B Farm fresher do? Clinical research and pharmacovigilance is a good course. Placement support, yes, we provide placement support. We help you into the right course. Then program is designed as per the job roles in the companies. Then we prepare you for the interviews, mock interviews, and then we arrange interviews in the company. That's how our placement system work. Offline, we all the courses are live e-learning classes. There are no offline is not required at all in this industry, because you're not learning any chemistry or lab related things. So all the uh, courses are live online like these today we are doing, but there you get more interactive sessions with our trainers. Content is given online, so you don't really need face to face anymore. With the technology, this is as good as or better than face to face. Last 3.5 years have taught us extremely well that placements are great, costs have come down, and you learn better. Compliances are better. What is the best course with a maximum number of placement? Depends upon your qualification. There's no best or worst course. It really depends upon your qualification, what you have studied, and accordingly there'll be a course for you. I'm biotech finished. My interest is R&D field, but I'm fresher. So take up a clinical research and data management course. Yes, we do offer a program in pharmacovigilance as well. So I've taken up all the questions as of now, but I can take another one or two questions. Then uh, you can all connect with us one-to-one basis, and we'll be happy to counsel you.
Someone was asking about the government approval for these courses.
So our programs are approved by Life Sciences Sector Skill Development Council, which comes under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. When our students enroll for this program, their name is registered on their portal. Then students will appear for the final exam on the LSSSDC exam portal at the end of the program. Once you pass the exam, you will then get a LSSDC certification. Along with that, Cliniminds certification as well, plus our internship certification. So that's and so this gives you a lot of advantage. It's a government approved program. So
Anyone else?
if no more questions, you can still send us the emails at the uh, info@cliniminds.com. info@cliniminds.com. You can send us the email or connect with Vinayak. Sir actually completed B Farm this year. Yes, you can definitely do this clinical research and pharmacovigilance program, Dikshantan. So if no more questions, wish you all the best for your careers, and also wish you all the best for the cricket final today, World Cup final. Hope India wins today. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We'll now end the call.